Hey everyone, welcome back to Bros and Shows. I'm your host Josiah, aka Muller67, and with me, as always, I got my buddy, I got my pal, I got my brother Austin. Austin, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I can't really complain. I was trying my hardest just there to find the freaking settings on Discord for streamer mode, so that way I wouldn't have like notifications coming up. And I'm like, I cannot freaking find this to save my life. So, that is what I'm currently doing right now. Austin, what have you been up to?
Oh man, a lot of stuff actually.
Oh, yeah?
Been doing a lot of things. Oh here, hold up. I gotta put my cable back on to hold my mic's thing. Oh my gosh, come on.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. It's where I put my cable at for my guitar, so it holds up this because I gotta fix this. So recently I've just been working. I started doing more respite for the foster care system with my wife. We had a kiddo this weekend. We officially picked up like 3 kiddos like through the week that we do like 10 hours with now. So yeah, we've been doing that. Just really a lot of stuff. I also got cream pied in the face at camp. This week was camp versus counselors, and I got a reality check on here. What I mean by that is I didn't think I sent these to you. I don't know if I did, but I'll show the camera for people that are watching or whatever. I don't know. You never know, down the road or whatever. But there was this week is campers versus counselors, and so one of the days, it's what was it? One of the days we had a whipped cream challenge where it's like where we put whipped cream on a plate and then the kids have to like put their hands behind the back and try to lick the whipped cream off the plate as fast as they can. Then I'm always the one that volunteers as tribute because no one likes to get like whipped cream in their face, like a whipped cream pie in their face. They're like, nah. So I did it last year and I was like, I'll do it this year. That's fine. I can do one. And then they had a 5-way tie, which then I was like, I got this. I'll do all 5 of them. So I ended up doing it. And it was a lot of whipped cream. Let's see if I can find the picture. So yeah, this was me.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and then there's another picture of the little kid slamming it right into me. So I got to do that. Forgot to bring soap to take a shower in the locker room, and so I was trying to use hand soap. And for like 3 hours, my nose, like all I could smell is like spoiled milk, and it was like nasty. And then I was like, Grandma Burkhart, like, Mama Burkhart, you got to come here and like give me some soap, please, because everyone else is at work. And she's like, on it. And she came, and she's my savior from the rotten milk smell. So I got to take another shower, and I got all the good shampoo up in there, and it was great. It really helped me. But also too is I got a reality check because I'm starting to realize I'm getting a little bit older and I can't do the things that I used to do. There was a point where we were playing dodgeball, and it was campers versus counselors, and I went to go grab a dodgeball and run, and I dipped down and grabbed it, and when I did, I slipped and I fell, and I'm pretty sure I twisted my ankle a little bit, and I was like, yep, nope, that hurts. And then I woke up the next day sore because I ran all day, because we played kickball against the kids, we played dodgeball against the kids, and everyone else at camp that's a counselor that plays with them, they're like 19, 20, and like I'm 37, and I'm like, I should really tone this down a little bit.
I shouldn't be here right now.
I shouldn't be. I should be at a desk job, really relaxed and safe. But no, that's what happened this week. Nothing too exciting except for whipped cream pie in the face. So yeah. What about you? How was your week?
It was fine. It was good. Did the normal thing, worked as worked, had all that good stuff. Played Changeling this weekend with a couple friends who came over. That was nice. We ordered some Papa John's because that was the only thing in the area that was open at the time when we ordered it. And unfortunately, they got our order messed up, so I won't be ordering from there again. So, life is life. What can you do? Other than that, mate, like, I've just been playing games. I started playing the game called Everything is Crabs. It's enjoyable. It's basically the beginning part of Spore, where you just begin as a little like amoeba guy and you run around eating other creatures, and then you evolve and you select kind of like a
game,
a vampire crawler, a vampire survivor-esque game, but with like evolutions. It's fun. I basically only build one way in the game because I find like the other way is not super viable. I could be wrong on that. I'm just missing opportunities. But other than that, yeah, just playing the game, playing some Magic, playing like tabletops, normal stuff on my end. We did get notified by our apartment though about the stuff that was inside our closet there. We're not allowed to have anything in there for fire safety reasons, so we had to pull all that stuff out, and we're gonna have to find a place to like store it effectively now. So that's whatever. Like I told him, like, sorry about that, we didn't know that stuff couldn't go in there because it's a big closet. It's not like a small little fire closet. It's like a actual full-on walk-in, like 4 people could be in there no problem. Like but no, we took all that stuff out. We rearranged the living room a little bit for Changeling, and I was kind of like, I kind of like how this is set up. Like, it's not ideal for like people sitting and watching TV, but it is much more ideal for like the space and people moving around, and you have a lot more space for activities. And so we just kind of kept it there, and it's been pretty okay with me. But yeah, that's basically all I've been doing. It's just, you know, another part of life as it goes, you know, just walking through the day, enjoying it, and having fun. But Austin, speaking of life, we are going to talk this week. We talk about a brand of show that is a hit and miss with me sometimes, as long as I feel like the characters are fun or entertaining on my end. And that is, we're talking about You and I Are Polar Opposite, which is a slice of life anime. And as you may or may not know, a slice of life is something as simple as it's just the daily life of X, Y, and Z. And in this situation, it's a daily life of 2 kids who fell in love with each other but are exact polar opposites to each other. That's it. Nothing special. It's just their day-to-day life and them and their friend groups together. I forced you to watch this, Austin, because this is much more up my alley of like my enjoyment kind of style of for what I enjoy about the show. It is the relaxedness. There's no like big plot thing. There's no like anything like that. It's just daily life with just the characters that are fun, and I very much accrue it to the same level of like shows like Community or stuff like that, where the hijinks that happen in the show just happen in the show. But Austin, what did you think of We Are Polar Opposites? Well, You and I Are Polar Opposites.
All right, so I'm gonna just come out and say I was not a fan of the show, and it's not like I get the concept of it. I do. There is just one thing in anime that just it annoys me. I don't know why. It's and I've had some pretty good animes that I've watched in my like past that I actually enjoyed, but this thing just ruins some of the anime for me, and that is characters. Certain characters and actions of those characters kind of upset me in a way. Because sometimes I don't like any character that's way over the top when it comes to like topics of love or like being awkward. I don't like when it's awkward. Like, I'm okay with like building awkwardness, but like building awkwardness with someone that's like very high tension, I don't like that. Like, I don't like that energy they put off because it just becomes annoying to me. And that's how I felt about the main girl in the show. Like, she was just like, oh my God. it's just I don't know. I've met like girls like that before, like in high school and stuff, and it drove me nuts. I was like, stop. Like
Mhm.
I get it. You like this guy. That's fine. Um, but it's just like something that like I've seen in other animes where I'm just like, okay, this is an annoying, obnoxious girl. Um, but but also too is this is pretty much a love story. Like it is a life inside high school love drama, pretty much, in my opinion, of just I like you, you like me, we like each other, blah blah blah. We're having this awkward conversation together. Oh, we finally touched. Oh, we finally did this. It kind of reminded me of like people like going home and like writing someone's name down and then putting their last name there, and they'd be
Mhm.
like, oh, Danica Burkhardt or whatever. You know, like it's, you know, like whatever. It's just it felt like that kind of anime with me. And like that's the
Mhm.
thing, is like it is a slice of life. I knew going in it was, because when I first saw it, I was like, this looks goofy. It was very goofy. The animation styles, that's another thing that hurts me on anime too, is like when they switch the animation style sometimes. Sometimes I feel like it just becomes, look at me, I'm cutesy cutesy. Like it they do like that weird, I'm trying to think how to put that. Like when she finally admits to him that she likes him, and then he admits to her that he likes her. There's like that animation flip where she looks like these little cute cat thing, and she's like, and I was like, oh my gosh, stop with the animation thing. I don't know. It's just it's just something that like I don't really appeal to. It's just not my type of like style of things.
Mhm.
I will say this though, they were very spot on with how characters react to finding out that they have a crush on someone or they like someone. It's very spot on of how like people do interact with each other sometimes, where this person knows that they like them, but then this other person knows that they like them, but they don't want to like ruin their friendship over things. And how they did it in the show a couple times, did very well. I will say that. There was some times where I rolled my eyes and I got angry because what was it, like towards the end when they both go on a date and then the other two go on a date and then they end up like seeing them out on a date and then they like leave. They were
Mhm.
like scared to like tell the other one like, oh my gosh, we're dating. I was like, I don't know, like I don't feel like that interaction would have been that way, but you know, because
I
like,
think what's happened here, Austin, and this is
yeah.
no offense to you.
Oh no, it's fine. Let it go.
I don't think this is your type of show, which is fine.
No,
That's
it's not.
100%
It's
fine.
not.
It's much more my type of show. I very much
Yeah.
enjoy the awkwardness.
Well, I
and
do.
the
I do
animation
like
and all that
slice of
stuff.
life.
Well,
There's a couple that you've done.
like what?
Uh,
Can you name like?
I
what
think
do you
Angel
like?
Beats was one of them.
Nah, that's not slice of life.
Really?
That's not slice
Okay.
of life. No, because
Okay,
there's
so-
action. There's like it's
Oh,
only
well.
slice of life in the form of it takes place in a school. That's not slice of life.
That's true.
Because there's literally like a plot that happens. Like slice of life don't tend
That's
to have
right.
a plot functionality other than like it's just their daily life while they are together.
Yeah, I think maybe there wasn't enough substance for me to keep me going to want more of it.
That's all
I think
fine.
that's
I
just how it
but
is.
what I'm trying to say is that I think the issue here, Austin, is that your personality and who you are does not mesh with the characters in this world or in this
Yeah.
the show, because you weren't them, right? I
Yeah.
very much sided with like most of the different characters in this show. Like
Mm.
obviously the one girl who's like super afraid and shy, her like anxiety issues and her anxiety problems, and being like, I just, want to be part with people, want to be friends with these people, but I'm too afraid to talk and interact with people, and I don't really have the opportunity. And then when one person finally starts like giving her the chance, it's like really hard for her to come out. And then like the super like loud, boisterous girl liking the more quiet, reserved person for effectively the reason that he doesn't treat anyone special. It's like that makes sense. Like that's a very like middle school thing to find someone attractive for. And then the same way with like her, like him, how he's like, you're just kind of yourself, which is really cool. The very like middle schooler kind of thought process as well.
I don't know. I'm gonna fight you on this. I'm gonna fight this hill because the thing is like I really don't believe that. I think this is a big fantasy that someone did right. Because the thing is how some of the characters interact. Maybe it could be the process of like someone's thoughts, but I would think out of middle school and high school, popularity rules a lot of that. Where it comes to a point where like the only reason why people date each other or even ask each other out is because of popularity.
And see, well, that's the thing, right, Austin?
That's why I'm saying this is
what
a
you're
show.
what you're stating here, Austin, is
Yeah.
exactly that's the point made in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
The one kid literally is just like, I don't know why they're dating.
Yeah.
You only date to raise your popularity, and he's a very like to be honest, like, you know, kind of incel-y like mindset.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
the one girl even calls him out for it. It's just like, that's a very I forget what the term she doesn't use incel. She used another one that like falls on the same like umbrella term of just like, you're complaining that the reason why you don't do or achieve or have any of this stuff is because like there's alternative motives for people, and it's like that's just not true. I think, Austin, the reason why you probably have that thought process is because of the people and groups you hung out with. These people function and act more like my friend groups in high school. Like, a lot of these people did. I think, Austin, you had a more, like, popularity-driven friend group that cared about that or wanted to, like, hang out with, like, the kids or all that stuff. By me and the other guys, we were much more, like, nerds and, like, semi-jocks and everything of that sort, where it's like we're just kind of doing our own thing. I remember having conversations with some of my friends where they're like, I really like this guy, I think he's really cool for this reason, X, Y, and Z. I'm afraid to talk to him. What if I say something bad? What if I say something wrong? It's like, look, you need to just like say something, or like, hey, talk to someone. And then whenever the situation arises for me, I'm just like, oh heck no, I'm not doing that. Like, you kidding? Like, why would I take my own advice for that? That's not what I'm trying to say here at all. And there are like some people who like view as the mindset of like, hey, I want to be perceived and acknowledged in a very specific way, and when that way is not being shown, it kind of breaks the person and they don't like that. Because there's a couple of the girls that were like that in that mindset. I think the main character, like one of the main, like guy was very I think like obviously he was very reserved, very like antisocial. Not really like, I don't know, maybe not antisocial, but definitely reserved. And like the whole concept is normally you don't see those type of people get together, and that's what the whole kind of show was kind of about, is that them navigating this kind of weirdness of one having a different perspective than the other one as they're dating, but they both want the same thing, but they're afraid to show it because they're afraid of each other's thought process, which is a very common thing for people to think about a lot of times when they're kids, because the biggest issue in this show is always communication, as with most relationships. My only issue I have with this show, Austin, it's a very minor one. I think some of the boys are too emotionally mature for their age. That's it. like Tani, he's too emotionally mature. Whenever he started getting jealous, he like pointed out to her, he's like, it's not you, it's a me issue. I need to go. And then he starts sitting there talking about how like he was getting like anxious and he was like feeling inadequate and whatnot towards her and everything. And I'm like,
she met her ex. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, that's way too mature of a like statement and like communication for a college kid.
No, totally.
A high school boy.
And that's what I'm saying. The thing is why some of this doesn't like feel right to me, because if that kid would have saw that, the first reaction he would have had is like, she's now back in love with him, and like, I'm done with this. This is over. Like, why would this even happen?
Well, I don't think that it would have went that way. I think he would have definitely saw him and be like, oh, because again, this is the situation of them, right? I think if the situation was reversed and it was the girl seeing him with someone that he dated once, and then he like told her that he didn't actually date because they didn't technically date, and she viewed her as beautiful, she would have a different reaction. But I think Tani kind of viewed it, I think, the way he would, where he's just like, you didn't tell me this. You two are acting weird to each other. I feel like he's a better option for you, is what Tani basically felt. And I think that the fact that he views him that way instead of viewing him like, oh, we're done, like you like him, we're breaking up. I'm like, why? I don't think Tani would break up with someone over that. I think they would try talking about it and then figuring it out. And I very much, it is a thing about me. I am like a borderline shipper whenever I watch shows and movies, and this is a nice little shipper show in the form of like the two main characters get together and then the rest of the classes are like doing their thing, and then you're like, who's this guy going to ship with? Who's this girl going to get paired up with, and vice versa and everything. And I do enjoy that occasionally. And I definitely understand that this is not your get up. You are much more of a person who requires some form of like plot movement, some form of story base, change or adrenaline. We had this issue a little bit with Spy X Hunter or Spy X Family, except with Spy X Family they had plot happening, just nothing in the long-term thing, just things like per episodes would happen and change and grow. I love Spy X Family. I liked the show a lot. I am excited for the next season. I won't make you watch the next season because obviously you did not enjoy this, and that's perfectly fine. I very much enjoy it. I found it hilarious a lot of times. Like the absolute time where like he reached out, touched her hand, and she's like, he's touching my hand, and then it just hard cuts to her like face again, and she's like, my sweaty hands. So like, I laughed, and then there was like 3 times I've actually busted out laughing at one of the things she said. And I have to get like I have to rewatch it and get clips of the specific things she says, because they're just like things that like my brain would say, which is what's happening with her, where she would like do something or say something, and then she would snap to the reality of it. It's just like, oh no, he's doing this. I'm sweaty, like, or like I'm ugly right now, like I'm upset, like the things that like high schoolers and kids would think about, where they're like, I can't let people see me because I am like dirty or whatever. Like, awesome. Fun fact, it's a little different for me now, but still kind of the same way. I hate having people see me when I haven't had my shower in that day yet. You know, I had friends, and you have friends, and you even did, and other people did, where they would only take one shower every like 2 days, or they would take showers at night when they would wake up, like whenever they would go to bed and then wake up, and then they would go to school and everything, and they come home and take a shower. I'm a morning shower person, and the reason why is because when I leave, I want to look pristine in my my condition that I wish to be present, hair combed, like hair washed and everything. It's nice and dry. I hate the concept of having greasy hair or like bad hair or things like that. And how they like react to each other being in those moments, I'm just like, yeah, I get that. You know how upset I get whenever I'm like having people come over and people like someone shows up early and I haven't took a shower yet, and I'm just like, oh, don't look at me. Just come in, perceive the room, don't look at me. I need to take a shower. And then like I run in the bathroom and take a shower, come out, and I'm just like, yeah, I've been here the whole time, man. How you doing? Hey, great seeing you. Those are the thought processes that have gone through my head multiple times. And I think this show is very introverted mindset prone. People who are more introverted has had all these conversations, had all these mindsets. The one girl who sat there and talked about how like social interactions just burn her out because she's afraid of all the different options. And then she's like, oh yeah, texting will be fine. And then when you text someone, you start thinking about the way to phrase things or write things or word things, and then you leave this like big reply and you're like, what a great reply, and then reply with like a 2-word sentence, and then you're just like, oh no, I messed it, I reboofed it this time, like this was a bad opportunity. Like, I've been there. I feel that on a personal level, and that's why I think I like so much about this show, was how personal the show was kind of doing it in that way. So I understand that you didn't like it. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the show. I'm going to watch the next season. They have already revealed the trailer for next season, and that's perfectly fine. I think it will be a good show.
I've done some research on like this series because I always was like, oh, I wonder if there's like it's entwining crazy plot that happens at the end of the manga or something like that. This is just all like Steven Universe season 1 filler.
No.
And then I did read something about a Christmas storyline, which is supposedly the best part of this manga. So I was like, all right, I might, and they're like, yeah, that will be season 2 probably. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll jump on it just to watch season 2, just to see what everyone's talking about. So we'll see.
Yep.
I do like me a Christmas theme stuff. It's pretty funny.
And that's perfectly fine. We'll have to see. No, like I said, it's nothing bad.
This is not my cup of tea. It's not.
Which is why I'm like, I'll make you watch it because I assumed you weren't going to like it. I'll be honest. I assumed you weren't going to like it because you're not as. I'm going to say that this ain't mean. I'm not trying to say this mean, but you're not as emotional as I am, like emotionally attuned as I am. Like I get very invested in like both the feeling and the act of the feeling. And I think you get emotional, like you're a very emotional guy too, but you're a different style. I think I have more of a like romanticizing concept to me whenever I have like feelings. Like I romanticize things a lot, like a hopeless romantic kind of mindset. I think you have a more practical mindset on things, which is why you got very annoyed with the characters. Because you're just like, they're over the top, they're kind of annoying. And then meanwhile, I'm over here being like, they're polar opposites. But they're loving each other and they're showing it so much that their friends are like freaking out how like crazy it is and like over the top, and like despite their oppositeness, they're willing to move and adapt for each other. It's like, that's so romantic and beautiful and whatnot. And I'm just sitting also off to the side here just being like, bro, what this girl's like peeking at in her brain 100% has gone through my head multiple times, man. Yeah. Like whenever she started talking about like whenever he was buying her, like they were in the gift shop of the one roller coaster place, and he pulled out the thing, he's like, oh, you should get like, this would look good on here. And she's like, really? Awesome, I'll wear it. It's like, we need to find one for you now. And he's like, no, I don't want one. Like, no, that won't look good on me. And then she's like, oh no, I messed up. I turned into an agreeable hamster thinking that me and him would like do a combo thing. And really he just wanted to give me something. And now I'm just going to come out of here looking like a mascot. And I'm going to look odd, like I'm going to look weird because of it. And I'm like, been there. I remember going to places and being like, hey, this looks good on you. You should get that. And they're like, hey, this looks good on you. I'm like, well, if you say it looks good on me, I guess I gotta buy it. Buy 5, buy 10, whatever. We'll do it. And then I'm like, are you getting everything? No. Well, fudge. I guess I'm just walking out of here like I'm a new a Hot Topic apparel customer, because gosh dang it, I did not think this through whenever I accepted all of these concepts of yours. So little stuff like that. But it was still fun. I very much enjoy it. I mark this in the same category as Family X Spy, where I'm like, it's a great fun watch. I can have it off to the side. I was playing games while I was watching it. I wasn't getting like sidetracked or anything. I could easily turn over and be like, that's where they're at. Yeah. I get this. That's fine. That's good. Move on to the next one. Side note, favorite character of the non like super main cast is that one blonde hair girl that's like super murdery. That like she's the one who's like, I want to go bowling. And it's like, wait, why are we going bowling? It's like, because I want to go bowling. It's like, oh, okay. Why you like bowling all of a sudden? It's like, I like to throw heavy things. And then it just cuts to her just like chucking it down the thing. It like spins and gets a strike. And I'm just like, I love it whenever they introduce a murdered character who's just like,
aggressive.
Whoever she ends up with, she's ending up with a sub. I tell you now. she is the dominant one in that relationship, and she will not have it any other way. And I'm like, that's fine.
No.
But yeah, that's my thought. Do you have any last thing to say, Austin?
Nope.
'Cause I think
Nope.
we can,
Just
yeah, no.
I was gonna say it's. I don't know. It's just not for me. Not for me.
You
But,
don't have to justify anything. Austin.
I totally understand why people do like stuff like that. I was gonna say like a guy I took care of watched a lot of slice of life anime. He enjoyed that stuff, a lot of it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, and he'd be like, you've never watched this? I'm like, no, I haven't. So yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, Austin. So next week we are going to be watching the series finale of the show we've been watching for a bit.
Yeah, sure.
Something that you are much more inclined to, and that is The Bear season 5, the season finale. We will see how they end it, if they can land it, and how it goes. Because if they land it, it becomes one of those shows that I tell people, I'm like, yeah, you should watch it. It's definitely worth watching.
I'm pretty interested because there is a actor that did die in mid-season. I want to see how he was. That was shoot. He's very, very famous. He was murdered actually by his son. I think it was like 2-3 months ago. I forget who it was. I'll have to look him up real quick. Yeah. It's actor murdered by son. He's a really famous guy. Oh, Rob Reiner. So Rob Reiner is the guy that actually comes in the last season, and he was the one that talks about
I know
doing
him,
the financial stuff. Yeah, he was murdered by his son murdered him and his wife, I think, or something like that, or murdered him. So like I know that there's like a tribute for him in this season. I know that there is an extra episode this season that I have already watched, because it came out like actually like 2 months ago, before the season came out. It's called Episode Gary, which you'll have to watch too, because it's about John Brothenroll's character, and the uncle, because you have to watch it because it supposedly something happens in it that leads up to season 5. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how they end it, because I remember we watched the last season and we weren't really like, it was okay. Like it wasn't great.
Oh no, I enjoyed it. It was one of the things that I like. I if I recall correctly, I was basically saying like, I still liked it. It wasn't as good as the other seasons, but that's not exactly bad. That just means that they need to kind of wrap it effectively. Like, we've gotten to the point of the show. Let's wrap it and put a nice bow on it. And I think that's what we kind of said, and then they were like, yeah, that's basically what we're going to do.
Okay.
So, all right, awesome. Well, that will be it for this week. Awesome. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode. And I want to thank everyone else for stopping by. And I want to thank you all so much. Tune in